shouldn't have criticized him, Willy. Especially after he just got off the train. You mustn't lose your temper with him.
Well, when the hell did I lose my temper? I simply asked if he was making any money. Is that a criticism?
But dear, how could he make any money?
There's such an undercurrent in him, Linda. He became such a moody man. Did he apologize after I left this morning?
He was crestfallen, Willy. You know he admires you. I think if he finds himself, then you'll both be happier and not fight anymore.
How can he find himself on a farm, Linda? A farmhand? Is that a life? In the beginning, when he was younger, I thought maybe it's good for him to trample around, take a few different jobs. But Linda, it's been nearly 10 years now. He's yet to make $35 a week.
He's finding himself.
No, not finding yourself at the age of 34. It's a disgrace. Really? The trouble is, he's lazy, goddammit. Biff is a lazy bum. Well, why did he come home? I would like to know what brought him home.
I don't know. I still think he's lost, Willy. I think he's very lost.
Biff Loman's lost. In the greatest country in the world, a man with such personal attractiveness gets lost. Such a hard worker. That's one thing about Biff. He's not lazy.
Never.
Well, I'll give him a talk tomorrow morning. Get him a job selling. He'll be big in no time. Oh, Linda. Remember when he used to go to school and he used to smile at his friends and their faces just lit up? And when he used to walk down the street, he
Willy,
used to...
dear, I got a new kind of American-type cheese today. It's whipped.
Well, American? Why'd you get American when I like Swiss?
I just thought you might like a change.
No, I don't want change. I want Swiss cheese. Why am I always being contradicted?
I just thought it would...
Why don't you open a window here, for God's
They're
sake?
all open, Willy.
Now, the way they boxed this in here, bricks and windows and bricks.
Yeah, we should have bought the land next door.
The street is lined with cars. There's not a breath of fresh air in the neighborhood. The grass don't grow. You can't grow a carrot in the backyard. Oh, Linda, they should have had a law against those apartment houses. You remember those two beautiful elm trees, huh? The one that me and Biff hung the swing between.
Yeah, like being a million miles away from the city.
They should have arrested the builder for cutting those down. Absolutely massacred the neighborhood. Oh, Linda, more and more I think of those days. This time of year it was lilac and wisteria. The peonies would come out, and the daffodils. Oh, what a fragrance.
Well, after all, people had to move somewhere, Willy.
No, there's more people.
I don't think there's
more people now. That's what's ruining this country. The population is out of control. The competition is maddening. Smell the stink from that apartment house and the other one on the other side. How can they whip cheese?
Go on. Try it. Be quiet.
Oh, you're not worried about me, are you, sweetheart?
What's the matter? Listen.
You've just got a lot on the ball to worry about.
Oh, sweetheart, you're my foundation and my support.
Just try to relax here. You're making mountains out of molehills.
If he wants to go back to Texas, let him go. I just won't fight with him anymore.
He'll find his way.
Oh, yeah, there's certain men that take a little longer to get solidified, like Thomas Edison or B.F. Goodrich. One of them is dead.
And Willy, if it's warm on Sunday, we'll go out in the country and roll down the windshield and take a lunch.
The windshields don't open on the new cars.
You open them today, dear.
Me? No, I couldn't have. Isn't that remarkable? Isn't that peculiar?
What?
That is the most remarkable thing.
What, dear?
Linda, I could have sworn I was driving that Chevy. 1928, when we had that red Chevy. I could have sworn I was driving that today.
Well, that's nothing. I'm sure something just reminded you of it.
Remarkable. Remember the way Biff used to Simonize that car? Huh? Dealer refused to believe that there were 80,000 miles on it. Oh. Linda, go to bed. I'll be right up.
Jesus, maybe he smashed up the car again.
Be careful on the stairs, Willy.
He's gonna get his license away if he keeps that up. I'm getting real worried about him, you know, Biff?
His eyes are going.
No, I've driven with him. He's all right. He just doesn't keep his mind on it. I drove into the city with him last week. He stops at a green light and then it turns red and he goes.
Maybe he's colorblind.
Huh? He's got the finest eye for color in the business, you know that.
I'm going to sleep.
You're still not sour on Dad, are you, Biff?
He's alright, I guess.
You gonna watch the engine, Biff? 80,000 people, look at that.
Funny, Biff, you know? Us sleeping here again, the old beds. All the talk that went across these two beds, huh? Our whole lives.
Yeah, a lot of dreams and plans.
About 500 women would like to know what's in this room.
So remember that big Betsy something? What the hell was her name? Over on Bushwick Avenue.
With the collie dog.
That's the one I got you in there, remember?
That was my first time, I think. Oh boy, that was a pig. You told me everything I need to know about women, don't you forget that.
I bet you forgot how bashful I used to be, especially with girls.
I still am, Biff.
Oh, go on.
I just control it, that's all. I think I got less bashful and you got more so. What happened, Biff? Where's the old humor, the old confidence? What's the matter?
Why does Dad mock me all the time?
He's not mocking you.
Now, everything I say, there's a twist of mockery on his face. I can't get near him.
Just wants you to make good, that's all. I've been meaning to talk to you about Dad for a long time, Biff. Something's happening to him. He talks to himself.
Yeah, I noticed that this morning, but he always mumbled.
But not so noticeable. It got so embarrassing I sent him to Florida. And you know something? Most of the time he's talking to you.
What's he say about me?
I can't make it out.
What's he say about me?
I think the fact that you're still not settled yet, that you're still kind of up in the air.
There's one or two of the things depressing him, Happy.
What do you mean?
And never mind, just don't lay it all to me.
But I think if you just got started, I mean, is there really any future for you out there?
I tell you, Hap, I don't know what the future is. I don't know what I'm supposed to want.
What do you mean?
Well, I spent about 6 or 7 years after high school trying to work myself up. Shipping clerk, salesman, business of one kind or another. And it's a measly manner of existence. To get on that subway in the hot mornings in summer, to devote your whole life to keeping stock and making phone calls or selling or buying. To suffer 50 weeks of the year for the sake of a 2-week vacation, and all you really desire is to be outdoors with your shirt off. And to always have to get ahead of the next fella. And still that's how you build the future.
But do you really enjoy it on a farm? I mean, are you content out there?
Hap, I've had 20 or 30 different kind of jobs since I left home before the war, and it always turns out the same. I just realized it lately. In Nebraska when I herded cattle, the Dakotas, Arizona, and now in Texas. That's why I came home, I guess, because I realized it. This farm I work on, see, it's spring there now, and they got about 15 new colts. And now there's nothing more inspiring or beautiful than the sight of a mare and a new colt. And it's cool there now, Texas is cool now when it's spring. And whenever spring comes to where I am, I suddenly get the feeling, my God, I'm not getting anywhere. What the hell am I doing playing with horses $28 a week? I'm 34 years old, I need to be making my future. And that's when I come running home. Now we get here and I don't know what to do with myself. You know, I've always been a point of not wasting my life, but every time I come back here, I know that all I've done is to waste my life.
You're a poet, you know that, Biff? You're an idealist.
No, I'm mixed up very bad. Maybe I ought to get married. Maybe that's my trouble. You know, I'm like a boy. I'm not married, I'm not in business, I'm like a boy. Are you content, Hap? You're a success, aren't you? You content?
Hell no.
Why not? You're making money, aren't you?
Yeah, all I can do now is wait for the merchandise manager to die. And suppose I get to be merchandise manager. You know, he's a good friend of mine. I just built a terrific estate on Long Island. He lived there for about 2 months and sold it, and now he's building another one. He can't enjoy it once it's finished. I know that's just what I would do. Yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm working for. I mean, sometimes I sit in my apartment all alone, and I think of the rent I'm paying, and it's crazy. Then it's what I always wanted, right? An apartment, a car, and plenty of women. And still, goddammit, I'm lonely.
Listen, why don't you come out west with me?
You and I, huh?
Yeah, sure, we could buy a ranch, raise cattle, use our muscles, Memphis, like we should be working out in the open.
The Loman brothers, huh?
Yeah, sure, we'd be known all over the
You
county.
see, that's what I dream about, Biff. I mean, sometimes I just want to rip my clothes off and outbox that goddamn merchandise manager. I mean, I could outbox, outrun, and outlift anyone at that store, and still I gotta take orders from those common, petty sons of bitches till I can't stand it anymore.
I tell you, kid, if you're with me, I'd be happy out there.
Well, if I were around you,
You see, Hap, the trouble is, we weren't brought up to grub for money. I don't know how to do it.
neither can I.
Let's go.
The only thing is, what can you make out there?
Yeah, but look at your friend. Builds an estate that hasn't the peace of mind to live in it.
Yeah, but when he walks in the room, the waves part.